Knowing when to quit or to give up on something isn't the best feeling in the world, but sometimes it's the most necessary. Growing up, I loved music. I loved listening to music. I loved performing music. So in middle school, I signed up for our band program. Now, I did percussion. I have asthma, so I couldn't really do any other instruments. So I chose the one where instead of my mouth, I used my hands. And it was great. I loved just hitting the fuck out of things and jamming out with my friends and just playing music. Now, in when we move into high school, it becomes completely different. There was triple the amount of time, triple the amount of work, and I had to do a marching show every year, and I had to do some all state. It was a way more work than what I initially signed up for. But I trugged through it, because I loved it. I loved playing my instruments. That was my expression. I loved just going silent and just hitting the drums, having the four mallets and just playing my marimba. It was wonderful. Now, moving into my sophomore year, it was a little hard on me. I was having a little trouble, outside of my band class. I had a lot of trouble in my life outside of school. So, as I'm gearing up for the next school year after my sophomore year, my junior year, as I'm gearing up for that near the end of the year, I'm in a bad place mentally. And I'm just sitting in this practice room trying to get this one rhythm down for a drum set chart that we had to do, and I just couldn't get it. I was sitting there, I was getting really frustrated. For the life of me, I couldn't get this 4-line groove out for a video assignment. And I remember my teacher, shout out Mr. Michael Hustis. He walks in and he helps me out. We get the rhythm down about for 30 minutes. But when we're done, he asks me, EJ, how bad do you want this? And I looked at him, I said, what do you mean? I mean, we just sat here and we worked through this. So obviously I want it like this. I want it. And he goes, no. Not this. How bad do you want to be a part of the Prosper Mighty Eagle Band? And I mean, I never really asked myself that question before. I always just I just went to class, my schedule came to me and I just went to where my class was. And if it happened to be band, it happened to be band, I never really saw myself as a member of the Prosper, it's just class. And I mean, I didn't have an answer ready for him. And he tells me the kid, out of so many spots that we had, there were only 3 available spots, and there were 4 contenders. And he tells me, out of all of these 4, I seem to want it the least. And it made me think. I'm like, how does that? Okay, how do you quantify that? Firstly, but I was like, how do you say that? What do you mean? And he tells me, the other 3 guys, they're coming in here, and they're not just cracking it out with ease, but they're sitting there and they're not getting frustrated, and they're just doing it, and they're sitting there and they're just grinding. They're in their bag, and I wasn't, and I thought I was, but I wasn't. You see, the other 3 guys, they didn't just want to be a part of the band. They needed it. It was a part of, for the first guy, it was a need for him. But the other 2, they were just really good, and they saw a future through percussion, whether that be scholarships, whether it be moving into an orchestra where they can play all the concert instruments. They saw a future through this program, and I didn't. But I just loved music. And I thought, why can't I just ride this out through high school, right? But then it hit me. Why am I just riding this out? I mean, I love I love performing, but I don't like any other part of it. I don't like having to stay after school for long hours just to do some band program, or have to waste my weekend doing a concert that, I mean, I don't really have any interest in, other than I'm playing 2 or 3 songs out of the entire 3-4 hour concert. And I mean, hell, I was just like, yeah, I don't want this, you know? As much as I love having the experience of performing and expressing myself, I didn't give a fuck about the rest of it. I didn't care. I just didn't want to do it. And I remember I didn't even wait till I got home. As soon as he leaves, I thought about it for myself for a minute, and I opened up my laptop, and I go to my scheduling for the next school year, and I took band off of it, and I just threw in a random AV Tech class. But it made me realize, like, sometimes you just have to quit, and you have to just give up on something because it's not making you happy anymore, and there's not a lot of value you can gain from it. When I was really young, I played soccer. I I played on the team. My dad was my coach, and I mean, I just had a bunch of friends, and we all played soccer together, and it was amazing. I was very good. Not like child prodigy, but I mean, I was a prospect for these, like, I don't know, just for these bigger name teams that weren't the little league that I played in, you know. And I remember I was at this one practice with this one FC Dallas coach. I don't think it was FC Dallas. It was something under FC Dallas, but I was with this coach, and I was just playing, and we were all playing together, and I just fucking hated it for some reason. I hated having to, like, do it. I don't know, like something switched in my head, and it made me not enjoy playing soccer in such a format. I know, like, playing with my friends, I mean, yeah, that's pretty fun. It's an activity with my friends, but doing it in a way where I wasn't, because again, I probably wasn't going to see this through to a college level. I was just doing it to do it at this point with this, like, super professional, like, team, and I was about like 12 or 13 at the time. And I remember just thinking, like, this sucks. Like, I'm not even having fun anymore. I'm just like practicing drills over and over again. I was at this indoor goalie facility where I was practicing catching and then punting the ball back, and then they would try and shoot the ball at me. I'd catch it, and then I'd punt the ball right back. And it was that for 2 hours of the same 2 motions over and over again. And I remember leaving that day like, holy fuck, that sucked. And if I saw myself doing that, if I saw myself playing next to Cristiano Ronaldo, I probably would have stuck it out. If I saw myself even playing at a college level, I probably would have stuck it out. I mean, shit, if I saw myself playing at a high school level, I probably would have stuck it out. But I didn't. As soon as all my friends stopped playing on my team, that's really what it was. It was a team, and I just got to play with a bunch of my friends, and we were good. But that's all it was. It was little kids playing soccer and having fun. And once it stopped being that, and it just started being tedious, and I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel, I just quit. And that one hurt my parents a lot more, because having your dad as your coach and then having to tell him, coach / dad coach, I don't want to do this anymore. Not the best thing in the world for someone to hear. But begrudgingly, that's a big word. Begrudgingly, they allowed me to stop going to those practices. I mean, I didn't have the confrontational skills, so they had to tell the coach that I didn't want to play anymore, which sucked because I was good. You know what? I was good. I was performing well. I was doing everything right. Unlike with percussion, like I probably could have played at a better level, but it just wasn't for me. I wasn't enjoying it. And there's nothing wrong with doing something you don't enjoy if you are gonna like reap the rewards. I just didn't see myself sowing any seeds there, so I just didn't bother. And I was like, I'm okay with quitting this. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's okay to quit and it's okay to give up. Not the best message, but I mean, it's okay to just look at a situation and go, this is not for me, you know? Because once I stopped doing soccer, I was able to do a lot more. I started sculpting. I haven't sculpted in a while, but I loved sculpting. I stopped sculpting because I didn't have the money to pay for any more clay, but I loved sculpting. I loved making little figures, making little. I made a lot of birthday gifts. I actually proposed to my first girlfriend by sculpting her. I think I sculpted her a little horse or something, but she loved it. It was amazing. That's a Riz tip. If you want to pick up any girls, sculpt them something they like and then hand it to them. Be like, be my girlfriend. Yeah, I have 100% success rate on that stuff. But allowing yourself to quit activities or commitments that you just don't feel that you're going to get anything out of in the end, and you're just doing it because, I mean, shit, you've just been doing it. You know, I had just been playing soccer all my life. I mean, there's no reason to quit it. I mean, but I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't going to see myself in the future doing it. I just quit. I threw my hands up. I said, this is not for me anymore. I'm done. With percussion, I said, yeah, it's not for me anymore. I'm done. And because I did that, I was able to take an AV Tech class. And in that class, I mean, shit, that's what I'm doing now. That class showed me how to use Photoshop, how to use Premiere. It showed me how to record audio and edit videos. It allowed me to explore a new venture of myself. And now that's what I do. I mean, I'm not going to move my webcam, but there's a monitor here, there's a monitor here, there's a monitor here. This is my laptop that I'm recording on. And I make videos, I stream, in 1 year of doing my YouTube, I got like 200 subscribers. Just off making videos of things I like. And it was only by quitting was I able to find something else that I really do love. Because as much as I loved playing soccer, as much as I loved playing drums, I love this way more. I love playing a game and being funny and being entertaining and I love posting videos and seeing people tell me this is a great video or wow, hilarious video. Or I've been doing guide videos on the new Marvel Rivals, just on how to play the characters, and not only have those videos been performing a little better than my other ones, but I get comments like, "Thank you so much for the tips. These tips are really good. Hey, can you cover this next? Hey, do this, do that." I'm like, whoa. People actually enjoy what I'm doing now. I'm getting something out of this. Not only just words of affirmation, but I mean, people are subscribing. People are following on the TikTok. People are following on my Twitch, and they're showing support, and they're showing me that what I'm doing is something I could keep doing and probably turn into a job in the future, which is really the hope. But I wouldn't have done any of this if I just kept doing what I hated. just for the sake of doing it. So if you're looking at yourself and your life situation and you're saying, wow, I'm just not enjoying what I'm doing right now, you can just quit. You can just quit and give up that activity and instead use that time to figure out what you do like. Like I said, I loved sculpting, so I was able to give myself more time and more resources to sculpt. And even though I didn't see myself doing that full time or like as a job or whatever, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. It was a good hobby for me to have. It was another outlet for me to have. So if you're looking at your life situation and you're thinking, man, I just don't want to play basketball anymore, or man, I just don't want to do art. I don't want to be in this art class anymore. I don't want to, or even I just want to change my major in college. Ooh, you can. You don't need to waste your time doing something you don't like or don't want to do because you feel committed to it, because you've been doing it for so long. Just quit. Quit and do what you want. Do what'll make you happy. Do what'll make you want to get out of bed every morning. Because sometimes you just have to throw your hands up, say, I quit, and move on. And move on to something that you do enjoy. Something that does make you want to get out of bed every morning. And hell, even maybe that could be something that could be an economic future for you. Like, for me, I'm hoping that my video editing and streaming could take off one day and I could maybe not have to work 2 jobs at the same time. But I wouldn't be here today in the state I'm in right now, living my best life right now, if I hadn't given up and quit. Thank you.